Geography is so boring. That's what I thought about it when I went to high school. Why? Because everything was taught so frontational and theoretically that I just didn't care about it. Until I figured out that there's geography games that make learning geography so much more fun. So here are my top 3 ways on how to learn all countries in the world by investing as little as 5 minutes per day playing games. Number 1, name that world flag on Britannica. This is probably the easiest way to go about it because you have always one flag and 4 options, meaning you don't need to think of the country's name, you get 4 names right away and you just need to click on whichever answer you think is correct. That way you always combine the flags with the names of the country. And since for our brains it's always much easier to connect names to certain colors, it is way more practical to learn the flags right away together with the country names and not just the plain names. Unfortunately, this game doesn't exist for specific continents on Britannica, so you'll have to play with the whole world. Number 2, a bit more difficult, flag quizzes on Jetpunk. It's quite self-explanatory. You get a bunch of flags, you need to name the country names within the given time frame. If the timer runs out before you mentioned all the country names accordingly, you lose and you're gonna see all of the countries that are still missing. The advantage here is that you can focus on certain continents. However, you will need to think of country names. You don't just get the names and you can choose one like it is on Britannica. However, if you know the majority of the country names, it's gonna be way easier to play this game. And at the end of the game, you're still gonna read all of the country names that you were missing. And that's a great way to go about it as well. Number 3, Britannica with Name the Country. Also one of my favorites because you not only learn the country name, but you also learn what it looks like and where it's located in the world. Just like with the first game, you get 4 options and you need to pick an answer. Last but not least, Seterra with Click on the Country. You're given a country name and you need to click on it. You've got 2 lives and after the first try, the country appears in red. However, if you're right, the country appears in white. This is a great way to go about it as well because not only do you get 2 lives, but on top of that, you also get to see right away where the country is located. You don't need to wait for the end of the game. If you ask me which of these games is the easiest one in order to learn all the countries of the world in as little time as possible, I'll tell you the number 1, definitely, because we just connect colors so much easier to country names than anything else. Of course, any of these games are a lot of fun, but it's just up to you what you prefer. Just as a reference, it took me back in 2020 when I used to be a geography nerd about 1 week playing all of these games for about half an hour a day in order to learn all the countries of the world and their flags. I wish you the very best of luck!